Let's just get an insight into this whole business of branding, which is important to young people. David Copland is an expert marketeer. Good morning to you, David.
Morning, Mike. How are you?
Yes, and also dealing with the Darlington Building Society as well, aren't you?
Yes, we're not a cigarette company.
No, that's not your field. However,
not my field, no.
How important then is the branding on the packet in your view when it comes to sales?
Well, I think your discussions already have highlighted how important it is when people go in to buy anything. They tend to ask for it by name, and I don't think that there's anything different with cigarettes. You walk into a shop, you don't ask for a packet of cigarettes. You ask for your favourite brand. And you know it's important for the companies to make sure that they generate and retain that brand loyalty. That is key to their future.
So if all cigarette packets look the same, and that's what we're talking about, I mean, you
won't make any difference.
No, you don't really know what you're buying, do you?
I think if this happens, it'll have one or two consequences. One could be, and I think you've already touched on it. How do the premium brands, retain their sales? Because people buy them because as much about the look as for the quality or the taste or whatever it is smokers look for. So there could well be a reduction in the sale of the value brands, and people will go more towards the cheaper end, which could end up being a lower quality purchase, and could actually increase the number of cigarettes that people smoke. So it could actually backfire.
Yeah, I'm not a smoker, so I'm just wondering why people buy a particular brand. I mean, is it that they like the particular cut of the tobacco, or is it an image thing? To have a certain packet in your top pocket.
Yeah, I've seen that when I've had customers, and I said, look, if you were to smoke a different cigarette from a different, and they said, no, we know exactly what we're smoking. And I thought, it's like tasting it. They must taste it. They must go down and then they must know which brand it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an ex-smoker. I smoked for 15 years, up to, I have to say, 30 years ago. So it's a long time since I smoked. But there is no doubt there is a difference in taste, and the premium brands. The packets always looked to without a shadow of a doubt, but there was a smoothness about a smoke that was kind of premium brand than the kind of cheaper ones. No doubt about that. But you're absolutely right, David. You go in and you buy the one that you've always bought. People don't chop and change very much with cigarettes, I don't think. I think people stick to a brand, and whether it's in a plain packet or a gold packet, I think people will still do that. But we're talking about the addicts, if you like. What the other part of it is, of course, stopping young people, or discouraging young people from starting.
And what's your feeling, David Copland, on that? Do you think sales will go down if the branding disappears?
No, I don't think they will. I mean, it's vitally important for these tobacco companies that they maintain their sales, and they've got a lot of clever people who'll be thinking about ways around this now. I mean, if it was my problem, I'd be looking at, well, how do I retain the brand without incorporating it into the pack? And I think one of your interviewees actually, sort of raised the topic anyway, and it's probably down to cigarette cases, and, putting your packet of cigarettes into a particularly branded case, you actually maintain that image.
The image, yeah.
And then you could actually, make your cigarette packs maybe, slightly different in size, so it would only fit your cigarette case, and suddenly you've actually increased your branding on that.
And in fact, if the cigarette companies are clever, they'll start producing cigarette cases, won't they, with their branding?
They're probably working on it as we are talking now.
Put cigarettes back into a branded item.
David, thank you very much for that.
No problem at all, Mike. Thanks.
Take care. David Copland, Marketing and Sales Controller of the Darlington Building Society, but expert marketeer.